I thought I was gonna burp, but I lost it. What's up, Ivies? I haven't made a video with y'all in a minute. So today, what you're gonna do with me is I'm gonna talk to you, and we're gonna paint. If you watched any of my videos, you probably already realized I don't paint. But I gotta try. I gotta learn as many mediums as I can so that I can expand my expertise as an artist. So you gonna paint with me, I guess, kind of like how Bob Ross does his thing, except it's not as good and I can't be your teacher, not for this one. But I hope you have some fun and there's a way to kind of get back into it. You can watch something that you'll enjoy. How about that? I appreciate you. Wait. I didn't say the thing. How could y'all let me forget to say the thing? You gotta get the green.
Honestly, go. Can't say how I'm feeling inside. I don't wanna be serious, but got too much pride. I don't wanna be serious, but I really help. Don't really like help, but I tell you, I tried. I did
that when I put my hands in front of the lens, you don't see how ashy my hands are. I know. My brother done ran out of Vaseline, cocoa butter, even Jergens. There's nothing left. And I'm not finna put baby oil on my hands and make myself glisten. That's a bit obnoxious, don't you think? But I want to talk to y'all a little second, actually. How about I just turn the camera this way? Here. I need to find a clip for the mic, if that helps. Action! I gotta be like Reed Richards behind the camera, put the fours up. Bob. I can't even sing the rest of the song. My channel not even monetized. You're gonna have to understand that my methods are very unconventional, which means I don't know what I'm doing. But I don't understand oil paints. So coming here to learn, that's not what this is for. This is just to watch me do this. But let's get started. So as you can see, I have a palette just covered in plastic wrap. And you may be thinking, oh, this guy's a genius. Well, to the one guy in the back, no. This was actually sitting out all night, not covered, which I don't think is the best idea considering the cadmium is not a safe thing to inhale, which is why you're supposed to be doing this in a properly ventilated room. If you're using oils, use them in a properly ventilated room. But anyway, I put down what I suppose is supposed to be an underpainting of what I wanted to be a darker rectangular form. You see a little horizon line right there in the ground. This isn't gonna be the best, but just like when you watch my draw with me, this is a paint with me. You're gonna have to just see how I go. And if anyone in the comments knows how to oil paint, give me some tips. Can you see all of me now? Because I just yapped and all you saw was this. I don't know how many minutes we are into this, but the fact that I haven't touched the brush might be concerning. This guy calls himself a painter. More like fainter. I think that was my cue to fall over. But there's no time for that. Only time for painting. Now, I don't know if this rectangular space will be used as a door or some sort of door. I'm not gonna lie, this rectangle here is giving me door vibes. What you see here is a brush that does not have any linseed oil on it, like it should. So I'm just gonna cover that linseed oil like I think I'm supposed to. Remove some of it with the paper towel next to me. And we're gonna make this door a dark blue. Now, see the palette chat? I'm just gonna take a piece of that, put it over here in its own place. Give the cerulean blue its own space. And a lot of this paint is like newer paint that I was putting on this plastic palette. So like, there's a lot of oil on this. Like this stuff is It's so oily. But my gripe is that I didn't buy a black or a gray because I was like, I don't need that. I don't need dark colors. I'll mix it by myself with what I have. And it's like true. That's very true. But next time I go to Michael's, I think I should buy a black or a gray. I'll just use this piece will only have a few colors. I think that's what I'll do. I'll use a limited palette. That way it forces me to learn how to use this. This purple I got isn't really what I want though. I kind of want it a bit muted. So oddly enough, I might have to add some yellow. Maybe a little red. Because I don't want it so vibrant. And I'm pretty sure that orange can kind of kill it some. You see that? I want to see how this looks. Yeah, I probably should have got this prepped properly before I just decided to do this whole thing. But what I'm trying to get with this, that was the dryer. But what I'm trying to get with this, it's supposed to be a very dark grayish color. And I feel like if I add some of the white, it could pale it, but it won't. Obviously make it darker. So now I'm working with brownish purple. It's close to lavender, but it's just a little dirty. I guess it's like a dirty lavender. It's not an elegant name for a color, but it's accurate. Or maybe I shouldn't use the word dirty. The color brown ain't dirty. It's an earthy lavender. How about that? Sheesh. I done goofed up. But if I add some burnt sienna, we could maybe give it some more body. Or maybe I'm just experimenting. Because you're probably itching for me to just start painting this thing. Because, brother, I don't know what I'm doing. But it's a test. I probably should have grabbed a finer brush. And I guess my issue with painting probably is because I'm approaching it like an illustrator. I guess is the best way to kind of explain how I feel about this. Because I'm only grabbing one brush and I'm just kind of setting stuff down. But with these oils, it's like a whole different dynamic. You get what I'm saying? It's like I gotta sit here and I don't know. And like, as much as I'll tell other people, yeah, let your art be bad, I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. Usually when it starts looking bad, start over. Cause like sometimes it can be bad if you just freestyling, but it's like when you have a goal in mind and it's starting to look bad, you're like, oh no, this is not just a pit stop. This is going to probably the worst direction imaginable. And now my biggest gripe is I don't think the paint's thick enough to just lay on it, and so it's kind of just sloshing around. It's too wet. There might be too much linseed on the canvas. I guess layers like this are kind of meant for you to mix on top of it, which I'm also very unfamiliar with, to be honest with you. Like, I'm used to just putting lines down. Like when I'm using a pen, it's okay. I see the pen pass. I just, especially with a ballpoint, you can basically predict the future with that pen in your hand on the page. It'll turn out almost exactly how you imagine it. But these strokes, I mean, these are three-dimensional. Like, yeah, you could argue this is 2D media, paint on canvas, but the paints themselves are three-dimensional. This is a substance that you're manipulating to look like real shit. Like, it's weird to me. It's odd. Like, and so it kind of just feels like I'm playing with this stuff. And I get like that's kind of the point, but I feel awful. And all the stuff I have, honestly, the only stuff that actually costed the most were the paint. Bro, all these planes! It's still not done. Still disturbing the skies. Thank you. I guess while I chop up this painting and ruin it, I'll talk to you more about the stuff I always talk about. Duh. If you're on this channel, you've probably been listening to the Lily Pad Porch Chat podcast. And you're probably thinking, well, this is an art video. You don't have to make it political. Oh my God. That's because a lot of y'all think of politics almost like theater in a way. But you also think that the surface level is just quarrels about how you treat others. When in reality, this is a discussion of how this behavior, these surface level interactions are informed by much worse systems, and that there are faces to blame for that. That a lot of the things that we think are coincidence is rather an overlap of collaborative choices and efforts by people who refuse to make themselves known. People are being exploited, and that's the true politic. It's how do we get ourselves out of this hole, this loop of success turning into disaster. So many people are unknowing of that. I should probably clean my brush. Hello, paint thinner from yesterday. Yeah, I don't treat these brushes kind. Just gonna put down the towel. I don't know if this is content you're enjoying, because this lighting is not the best. How y'all feeling about it, chat? Because to be honest, I'm very unsure. This might be a better perspective, I think. But I still feel like the camera's just not tall enough, which is weird because it's like I'm not tall in real life. Well, this is real life. I'm in real life. I'm not that tall. I'm not doing all this. You gotta listen to this. You gotta listen to real strokes. That didn't make sense, but don't overthink that. You'll get lost in it. But back to what we were truly discussing. Also, if you hear a smoke detector or a loud buzz, you didn't hear that. I want you to know that whatever you're hearing may be a sign that you may be doomed, a bad omen. So don't comment on it. But I was probably talking about my view on the common politics of people around the world, or I guess in this country. Anything I speak on typically revolves around our own society. Because I know there are a lot of cultural differences that matter. And there's a lot of white people that like my content, and it's like I appreciate the support, but like at the end of the day, like the people I'm trying to appeal to the most are black people. The truth of the matter is, with people all day, I can argue theory and hypothetical prejudice all day, but tomorrow I wake up black. Arguing with a white man over how I should feel about his racism does not benefit my living, and it never has. It's pointless. We can argue about character all day, but only one of us has to be worried about police officers. And I think that it's quite odd that the world that we were told we live in as kids of the future does not exist. Well, I can't say it's odd. I think honestly, my schooling and just the media I consumed, it's all been telling me that this world was gonna have to change. And I don't know why. I don't know why I never saw it before. I used to complain in school. Oh, why do you have us reading all this World War II stuff? And then I get to high school and I'm like, bro, why you got us reading this dystopian novel stuff? Like, this stuff is weird. I don't want to read that. But it's like, you were telling us exactly that you was giving us the sources to their plan, bro. And it's crazy because it's like, to our white oppressors, when it comes to the WASPs, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, they're the core of the white supremacist criteria. Because when it comes to their methods, they gotta tell y'all what they're going to do before they do it. It's as simple as that. They detail their plans so that when they commit their atrocious acts upon you, they can say, well, I mean, we told you that's what this is. You agreed to it. You signed the papers. But the truth of the matter is, just like with actual contracts, illegal things cannot be sanctioned just because you wrote it down. But that's how it is. The people with all the money play with their money and bend the rules. They make rules so that we don't fall out of line for their control. It never mattered for me. And I wish my painting skills were up to par with the gravity of this topic, because I'm painting a purple square and I'm not using the oil paints correctly. And so I guess I have a really big lesson to learn when it comes to trying to do a layer like this. I think maybe next time I'll just box in shapes instead of adding linseed oil so that I can actually have a layer to go over. Because I'm not gonna lie, maybe this is just too wet for my liking. Nah, that's not true. I don't think anything could ever be too moist for me. But like, I guess this is more, okay, that might be a little crazy. This might be more than I expected. If you heard that, you got a bad omen on you. Damn it, that means I heard it. We're going to go on the bottom with a light pink. I don't know why it won't look the best, but it'll look like something. And maybe after all this failed painting, you can watch me draw. I'm supposed to have music playing. There it is. I might change what I'm listening to Black Odyssey, to be honest. Oh, this is Sir. I can't skip Sir. But let me know what y'all listen to, or the stuff that y'all listen to when you draw. Because I listen to a lot of Black Odyssey, Gold Link, Carter H, Jordan Ward. Or sometimes I'm listening to audiobooks. I wanted to catch up on some more of like, what is his name? Walter Rodney stuff. He'd written a novel about how Europe underdeveloped Africa. And I thought, I should read that, because I think I saw it recommended somewhere on TikTok. And so I was like, I gotta interact with this. I gotta see what it's about. And when I start, it's like that's the first audiobook I'd ever truly sat and listened to, just for my own, not entertainment, but for my own leisure. And I don't want to use the word impressed, because it makes me seem like a black man's intelligence is like something that surpasses my expectations, but it's more like it was kind of great to come across literature that really had me moved. And it made me look back and realize all the literature in school that moved me was stuff made by other black people. When I read Things Fall Apart by Chinua Achebe, I reacted differently than my white classmates. It affected me differently. That's just the truth. And it's like, it's not that novel radicalized me, because it's like I see people making posts where it's like, what radicalized you? And it's like, that's a ridiculous question. There wasn't a single moment in my life that turned me against the capitalistic system that keeps us enslaved. The truth of the matter is, you showed me your hand and thought that I'd sniff it and befriend you. I mean, I'm growing up in an era where y'all are killing folks on TV and turning it into open air debates. Even as a child, I can understand that my folks shouldn't be killed or slaughtered. Seeing kids younger than me get taken out, and I'm just supposed to, okay. Going on TV talking about critical race theory this. How's like people's history theory? How's what happens in this country theory? And then there are people talking about, well, you're trying to make white kids feel bad. And it's like, brother. And I saw no one really give the take, but the truth is, them white kids should feel bad. Because maybe lament, guilt, or shame would turn a lot of these future generations into the people you swear that they're going to be. The non-racist future that you swear is going to be given to us. But that's not the truth. These racists live and they procreate and they make more racist people. People that would live and die for their right to enslave people. Their descendants live here today, still carrying Confederate flags. My fault, y'all. I'm supposed to be painting. Just supposed to be painting. Supposed to be painting a door. So let's paint that door, folks. I think that floor is gonna have to be a lighter pink. I want it real light so that door sticks out. Get me? Now, a man like me don't truly understand much about painting, and he never really understood much about drawing. But he knew he had some stuff in his head he had to show the world. And what better way to do that than to draw it? Because as a kid, I mean, I wasn't the most vocal type. Honestly, people, especially going through school, like the older I got, obviously the more talkative I became. But people note that, I became more outspoken the older I got. Because I was so nervous to speak. And even now, my nerves shake me up. Let me see if it's still recording. And it's like, yeah, my nerves still get me. I still get nervous to go out in public and speak up. But, like, it's easier. And there are times where it's like, I'm not even truly thinking about the effect. I'm just wanting to express myself. And it's just in the path of growing as a person, I've connected with people that needed to hear the things that I was saying. Sometimes the things that are obvious to us aren't to others. It hasn't been spelled out in a way for them that is so clear and simple. Some people need a good word, and I guess this content provides a space for that. So usually in my description I put, here's my Patreon, support me, here's a link to my comic, my other socials, but you didn't hear that. You probably also read something that says, I want a community of artists and black nerds, and that's the truth. It seems like intelligence nowadays is kind of being killed out by pseudoscience and comforting facts, and that's not the world we should be living in. And it's very obvious that the tide is turning on the progressive movement, and it seems as though a lot of this world is fine with the exploitation of people. Wow, that look clean! I kind of like how now these pants were thicker. We'd be cooking with Crisco, chat. Cooking with Crisco. But didn't I get my sentiment? I want a community of people like me. You get me? People that are trying to create stuff and bestow the world things that they experience to share with others that may need it. People try to make it a debate of what ideology moves you, if it's one of strength and wrath or love and mercy, but the truth is it's an elegant dance of both, with a wise nuance that keeps them glued in tandem. And I guess I wish I lived more life so I could truly understand that. When I hear our great leaders speak, or people like, Danté or like Madison Swan, like so many people online that have such gracious information to give out, it's like, I want to be like that. I want to be able to move people in that way. And it's like, yeah, I make videos that impact people. I say something that they really needed to hear, or in support of a movement that they're part of. But I want to move even the people that are scared, that feel unsure if this world will yield to us, the people of modern day and our children of the future, something better. But I think, honestly, we lost the art. We don't teach it to children anymore. We don't really value it in our society. Those capitalists have built a corporation full of employees ready to sign up to give their lives away. And now we don't have any more people to show us love, to show us what love can make. I still firmly believe this is a cannibal nation. We're consumers in this country. They think it's quite funny that we're the gluttons, when in reality it's those that... I think to call it the haves and the have-nots seem kind of absolving of those, when the truth is it's the have-nots and the have-it-alls. They get to keep leisure and mediocrity for themselves, and we are forced to slavery. When there are people, great people on earth that you meet all the time, that have so much to share. And I guess it's great people that have brought me out of my shell. Hold on, blackouts, y'all. You see, a robot couldn't fail this greatly. A robot couldn't do this. I don't like AI. You come in my territory using AI. We gonna put wires in your veins, man. We gonna string you up on a metal cross. We gonna get one of them dusters out. Get your veins all puffed up. We gonna turn them into cables. Build you into the AI. How would you like to be strapped into a chair? Forced to, I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't like the AIs. They're stealing our leisure. Am I getting a phone call? Let's try again. You see this cool thing here? Well, maybe if it could dry up. I could do a lot more with it. So I probably have to just pause this little work right here and return to it when I'm ready. In the meantime, maybe we might have a change of setting and a change of medium too. Because I'm not gonna lie, there's not much more I can do to this. It's too wet. And I suck at oil painting! Don't you get it? I'm spitting the knowledge, but on this canvas I can't do none of it. But I can acknowledge the gap in my skill. That wasn't funny. Okay. I'm gonna clean my brushes and we're gonna whip out some pen and ink. If y'all fucking with that. If not, leave the video and check out my comic on Webtoon. It's so much work, but I love it. These is black folks with powers doing cool shit. Why would you not read it? Yeah, it takes me some time to come out with chapters because I'm a little leisurely and I take my time. But you can make some fan art in the meantime. Get your daily doodle in. Show me some cool E Kings fan art. Run up the Webtoon. Spread the word. Let's clean these brushes and I'll draw you something. Hello everyone. Like I told you, we didn't draw this time. So take a little break from the poor execution that is my painting. And to show y'all why I'm one of the realest to ever do it. If I can just find a pen to use. I should have probably wrapped my palette, but I'll do that after I turn the camera off. Now, what was I yapping about before I turned the camera on to the desk? I couldn't tell you, chat. But most likely the same stuff I usually talk about. Hopefully, once I order this podcast equipment, because I'm going to need like a laptop, a proper one, some recording equipment, and probably, that's really what I need. Because, I mean, I technically have the platforms, and I can kind of edit stuff, but I still need these stuff to do it. So that it's not just me speaking into a bad mic for y'all to listen to. Like, it's possible, but it's not a good experience. I don't know what I'll draw, but I think, honestly, I should. I don't know. I'm feeling something here. Something like this. Kind of tupa. But this is gonna be foreground, and it should be like an audience of people, maybe. I don't know how I want this to work. There can be like curtains here. This pen is kind of dry, if you couldn't tell. But it helps lay these foundational lines, you know? Maybe, you gotta trust the process. You gotta trust that yours truly can cook up something great. Now, I'm doubting. But let's see. I don't even know how an audience of people is supposed to look. Let's trust my handy dandy iPad. Let me see. How does an audience of people look? Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer? No way that's real. It probably is. Black folks come up with the most creative shit. Be like, bro, I've never seen this shit in tandem. What am I looking for? Oh my. Audience of people. See how that looks on paper. Let me see. There's too much AI on here and it's making me upset because it's like, I don't want to see that. And it's crazy how there'll be art trends that'll be infiltrated by AI art and people just fall for it every time. It's like, bro, this is very clearly AI. And the fact that you couldn't tell is upsetting because people are like, oh my God, this is amazing. And it's like, bro, I'm looking at the edges and some of these edges are too bold, but also too smooth. The only thing that's good about AI is that the foreground looks kind of convincing, but as soon as you start to look at the unfined details in the back, you're like, yeah, this shit's muddy. Because everything just kind of blends together. It's odd. It's nasty. Because, it'll give the eye feel of what the image is supposed to be, but you start looking at details and you're like, bro, I can't even tell where these strokes stop and start. It's all one thing. Start to realize it's just a mess of shit that kind of looks good, and that's disappointing. Oh goodness, I'm not gonna lie, if I don't scrap this, it'll be an issue. But let's draw a bunch of monsters. Draw a guy with horns right here. By the way, there's a hole in my wall so you can hear everything when people use the restroom. It'll be fixed soon, but that's gonna be a whole drag and a half. Somebody takes a shit. It's like, yeah, I can hear you taking a dookie. Oh brother. Well, I don't need this drawing to be good. It just needs to be complete. Kind of have a little snaky guy snaking through the audience, letting portions of himself breathe. He's kind of like here. Honestly, I don't know if I already talked about what radicalized you. I think I'd also seen a discussion where it was discussing the differences between pro-blackness and pan-Africanism, but it was framed in a way where pro-blackness is the inferior movement to be behind, because as the guy was trying to explain pro-blackness, it was putting a pro-African descent attitude in the context of an imperial system, and it's and I'm hearing the sentiment coming from a guy that's not African American, but who seems to be African, and it's I can see where you arrive to that point, but it's no, I think you just have a different definition of blackness, and when you don't live under the colonial system, then it's you may not truly get what that looks like, because he's saying, that we are celebrating the first black of this, that we're celebrating our accomplishments in accordance with the imperial system. But it's we're not celebrating people serving the system. What we're celebrating is that despite a system that is against us, that's built basically to exploit us, we can still have lives and succeed. And it shows us that if we could all do that as a collective, we could succeed. That's where that pro-blackness comes from. And the misunderstanding of that is where you start to see these debates of pro-blackness versus pan-Africanism. But obviously, I would make a video like that because I couldn't even truly explain to you truly what pan-Africanism is. Well, a lot of people want unity amongst people of the African diaspora because, the world exploits Africa and its resources. It may as well belong in the hands of the people that have lived there and actually own the resources. People don't want Africa banding together because it's not even just a money thing. It's mostly a money thing, but then it's okay, all these black folks band together, somebody's gonna have to take the fall for what they're gonna be mad about. And so it's like, it's built in a way where we're not allowed to succeed. We're eating off that. I don't know if you've listened to the podcast at all. I hope you can see the snake I'm drawing. You just kind of here in the crowd, chilling, sort of. He's just kind of doing this thing in the crowd. We'll turn this into a railing, you get me? So that it's like, it's a balcony overlooking a population of people to give some sort of address. And I'll probably draw people in once I'm ready. I don't know where the lighting will come from, but the foreground will obviously be the darkest portion. And I don't know what the king or the person giving this speech will look like. Because it's like I'm going in this completely blind, just kind of adding stuff to a page. Let's add some eyes to this guy. Maybe he's here and he's like keeping watch. His eyes fucked up. There. Got that guy there. And then like we'll draw like a scary guy. Messed up neck, big old head, devilish smile. That's his whole deal. He just kind of looks odd. You know, he's not a popular pal. You get me? Yeah, I got a little collar on. You know, he's like a part-time crook. He does it official. He do big money business with the crimes. You get me? So there's his whole thing he got going on. But obviously there's gonna be like a crowd of smaller people just kind of existing. This kind of reminds me of like an Eat Kings poster I did for Damani. It's part of like his Vanta Visor artwork. Like, but I haven't drawn that character in a minute. Not even in like the main story of Eat Kings. I don't even know if I want to include him. I'd probably include him in like the main story, but I just don't know how yet. It's like teen superhero stories are kind of overdone. So having a teen superhero character, it's like, is people even gonna mess with this character? Like, I haven't even figured him out, like what his whole deal is. Got people here. Maybe some of them have signs. You get me? Since this is supposed to be like a group of like monsters, I'll write like, we love the elites. And then this guy's holding a sign. Down with wokeness, because they hate wokeness. Down with the wokeness. I have a guy back here in a hood. He has like a mask on. And he's got a little sign, you know. This is stupid. I don't even usually make art like this. And then he's got a sign, you know, holding it up, and this probably says some stupid shit like decrease minimum wage. Because, you know, he wants to work for pennies on the dollar. You know, maybe a big old sign back here. Big old sign. Big guy underneath. Got big eyebrows. Collar. Nah, he got scarf on. And you know he's outstretched with a sign. And it probably says some stupid like, let me cut this ad off, chat. Probably says some stupid like, I don't know. I'm just gonna make them leave. And then in parentheses, but not me though. Got like a big old fish in the back. How do fish look? Yeah, I'm clearly not an aquatics guy. Cause how would I even give a frontal of a fish? Pretty dumb guy, I guess. I think. Do I not know what a fish looks like? Y'all see this? This ain't the best work. We're gonna add some scales. Maybe some catfish whiskers. Big old catfish monster. Probably got a little sign that says something stupid like, what's some of them folks be asking for, but they don't even know that they don't want? I don't know, but he's probably gonna have like a big old sign stretched out. I don't know who I voted for. Oh no, I forgot who I voted for. Gonna cross that out. I forgot who I voted for. Just at the rally for no reason. You know, this guy's got a speech bubble. We love you, Mr. President. Can't you say president? We love you, Chancellor. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. This is just a drawing to make fun of MAGA voters. A little malicious, a little stupid, and very unserious, but I needed something to put on paper, guys. Not everything I can draw can be presentable and elegant, because the truth is, I did not know what I was drawing. I've never drawn a crowd of people. I came in with a pen and I had to show y'all off, show y'all what I was doing, what I'm capable of. But I've built an image with a slight narrative to it. You know that they're there with some sort of goal in mind. You know they up to what could be nefarious deeds. This pen is very dry, I know. I'm probably gonna go in with the brush and start solidifying stuff. Yeah, let's step in with something else. Let's see. Something like that. Give him a more defined mustache. Danté from yesterday, here to tell you, you're gonna make your daily doodle. There's a link in the description of the video for any social media platforms you want to follow me on. You know, Bluesky, Instagram, TikTok, and my Patreon, which you should support, as well as my link to my comic Eat Kings on Webtoon. But I'm not gonna hold you too long. I really appreciate you viewing and getting the grade.
I feel it. Honestly, go. Can't say how I'm feeling inside. I wanna be sealed, but got too much pride. I wanna be sealed, but I really heal. Don't really like heal, but I tell you I tried. I did everything else but cry. I smoke all my weed, young nigga on fried. You can see all this shit in my eye.